Aloha, everybody. We are live on LinkedIn, we are live on YouTube, and we are live here on Facebook. Welcome, 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 everybody. Uh, yes, Deborah, say hello from wherever you are. Pop it in the comments, and then I'll put it up on the screen as I scroll through. Yep, Deborah, they shut down my YouTube channel, and so it was very impossible. It was impossible for people to find me because when you were doing a search on my name, I was nowhere to be seen. But I do have a backup channel, and I'm just trying to build up. Get people to follow that again. So, welcome everybody. Today is a very special show, very dear to my heart, because I don't know if most of you know, but Maria practices ancient Greek. Um, Wisdoms and practices that are returning to help people find their best health. And that is emotional health, mind, body, spirit. So I have been doing this for a very long time, and I've written a couple of books that I'll show you in a second. So a lot of this wisdom I'm going to discuss today does come out of the book, one of the books, but there's a lot more, of course, that I cannot possibly cover today. So, welcome everybody. Feel free to put your comments, hellos, and what have you in the comment section. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody that joined me in my private Facebook page for the live that I did. And it was basically around Dr. Harmon's amazing book and his revelations of how to basically have optimum health and reverse age, and what his recommendations and suggestions were there. We also did a lot of giveaways, and there's 24 hours more left on those giveaways, because one of them I'm going to do a draw. So, if you want to have a look at that video and enter that competition, there's still time. All you need to do in the comments, if you're watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, or anywhere else other than Facebook, you will find a link to my Facebook page. You can follow me and then message me, and I will send you a link to that private Facebook group. Okay, so thank you for joining. For those that are watching the first time and don't know who I am, I'm a health and wellness coach, cookbook author, motivational speaker, and award-winning chef. And basically, I suffered many years of illnesses and have had lots of my organs removed, unfortunately. Um, and basically, I had to seek other ways of healing because all my family died from cancer, and I didn't want to be a cancer statistic. So I went back to ancient Greece, and that's what I practice. I practice everything that the ancient Greeks practice. And some of it you're going to hear today, what the ancient Greeks had to say about health and happiness. I want all of that to return, and it is returning because we do have the capacity to have, perfect health and perfect wellness. So if you're joining us, please feel free to also put your hello comment there and tell us where you're from. And this is why I'm so passionate about helping people, basically because of my experience. And I thought that it was, my duty to help other people to not have to go through what I went through, and essentially lose all my family to cancer. So thank you for joining me, everybody. So these are wisdoms that I'm going to share today that really I had to adopt to heal emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Because, as I said, I was very sick for many years and spent 2 years in hospital. Um, oh, thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. With Jason, yeah. Let's send love out to Jason. What an amazing soul. What an amazing man. What amazing wisdom. What amazing wisdom. We did some amazing shows, but unfortunately, Deborah, a lot of that was taken down, and they did shut down my YouTube channel as well. So this is what we're having This is what we're all having to deal with, that are speaking the truth, unfortunately. So I'm sure everybody watching this live, and then later on, I'll be posting it also on my Rumble channel, and I'm sure everybody is, into their health, and most importantly of all, into your ascension. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. 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 Thank you. God bless you. You know what? I didn't teach you anything. It was already what you had inside of you. And then it got activated when you heard something that I said. So just know that you hold all the power. Okay. So I just want to outline a disclaimer. Then I'm going to launch into this amazing, amazing, suppressed, hidden ancient Greek wisdom that if we all knew, or remembered, we would all be much healthier. So I'm not a doctor. I just want to make that clear, or a medical professional. I am a qualified health and wellness coach. The information discussed here is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, please consult your physician. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're using that amazing technology. And Deborah, yesterday I actually did in my private group this amazing video on them with some wisdom from Dr. Harmon. I don't know if you're on Facebook. Please message me and I'll get you to go in there to view that amazing video that I did. And again, my Facebook link is in the description of this video. If anybody would like to watch it, click friend or follow me and then message me. So let's start with 3 very quick news items that have hit the press that I want to cover, and then I'm going to launch into the topic at hand. The first one, which I'm not surprised, and I have been talking about for a long time, is all about microplastics. And there's a lot of them in the air, in the food that we eat, in the storage containers, in the cling wrap. It's in the medication. It's in the alcohol. It's in the food, fresh and processed, because it's got to be washed. Okay, so it's still on there. Oh my goodness me, it's almost everywhere. It's in cosmetic products, it's in the packaging, all the packaging, shampoos, conditioners. Doesn't matter if it says organic, they're in there. So this is how much is around us. Have been linked to multiple health problems, and recent discovery: human brains contain 7 grams of microplastics, 15% more than what they previously estimated. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but let's take it on offline. I'm sorry about that. I wanted to answer the question, but I'll do that later. I'm so sorry. So please feel free to reach out. So this is quite alarming, everybody, this microplastic business. And a research team of scientists led by the University of New Mexico made this startling recovery, and it was led by Dr. Matthew Campen. They couldn't believe the amount of microplastics in people's brains. They were 70 to 30 times higher than those found in liver or kidney samples. Isn't that amazing? So it goes all over your body. Don't forget, it goes in all your cells. A liver has cells. So basically, I've highlighted how you actually get them into your system. There is a way to detox them. And if you're watching this on YouTube or you're watching it on Rumble, the link is in the description of how you can actually detox things out. On Facebook, please message me and I can send you the details and put you into that private group of mine where you can actually see more information. So that's the first item. So please, you may feel well, but you just don't know what's going on inside. And this is what they found in healthy people: high level of microplastics. And this is why a lot of people have brain fog, they're not sleeping, and have all sorts of issues. And this could be one of the attributing factors. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just, like mind blowing. Now, the second item I wanted to quickly cover was vitamin D. and prenatal newborn health. So they found vitamin D deficiencies during pregnancy poses serious health risks. Health risks. This is as live as it can get, both to the child and the mother. So very important that we're getting enough vitamin D, because if we're not getting enough vitamin D, guess what? It puts your immune system very low. And this is when you're also susceptible to actually getting colds, flu, and viruses. So very important. So what are the sources of vitamin D, especially during wintertime? Because we're not getting much sunlight. Well, we are here in Hawaii, but I'm talking about sort of the other east coast of and the middle of the USA and other countries like UK. We're not getting enough sunlight. So please, a dark chocolate with a high percentage of cacao does have vitamin D. Butter has vitamin D. Organic milk, of course, the eggs, especially the egg yolks. And they've been saying, don't have the egg yolks, have the egg whites. They did that deliberately to deprive you of the nutrition that exists in the egg yolk. And cheese and yogurt. So there's some of the sources there. So, there are other sources that you could do your research. So make sure that you're getting enough vitamin D. Now, the third important health news that has hit the press, and this is the final one, is ultra processed foods are sabotaging your muscle health. They're actually sabotaging your cells and all your body. So again, detox. There must be a daily detox routine to detox the cells. Very important. And again, look at the link of the description of this video if you want to find out more. So again, they showed low muscle mass by 60% in young and middle-aged adults. This was published in the Frontiers in Nutrition. So this is quite startling. So you could imagine if you're going past 50, how much more that muscle has really, dropped. So again, they're suggesting in this article to eliminate ultra processed foods, and really thereby supporting healthier cellular functions and reducing your risk of muscle fat infiltration. That's their wording, not mine. So I just wanted to cover those three items that have hit the press, and they've been in multiple online articles and magazines. So again, if you want to know what high vibration foods are, how to eliminate inflammation, because they do cause inflammation, ultra processed foods, please have a look at the previous videos that I've done on those. Okay, so here we are. I'm very excited about this topic because, as I said before, I actually practice ancient Greek practices and wisdom. It's what healed me, and I did not die from cancer. Unfortunately, my family did not practice these, and I've lost all my family, unfortunately, to cancer. And, when you've gone through something as horrific as that and lost loved ones, you never want to see anybody else go through them. This is why I'm passionate about this. So a lot of these wisdoms were also published in the Huffington Post many years ago and received very good reviews and views. Not all of them, but some of them you're going to find in my book, Cooking and Eating Wisdom for Better Health. So this is, and you can get it off Amazon and bookstores and what have you. So you're going to find the comprehensive ones there, which will include food and everything in there. And if you're interested, I also have this book, My Greek Family Table, that deals more with the food component, what they ate in ancient Greece, and how they use particular herbs, spices, and all sorts of ingredients for healing. As Hippocrates said, let medicine be thy food and food thy medicine. Okay, so let's launch into it. It's very important that we acknowledge and recognize that the ancient civilizations, not just the Greek, there's many other ancient civilizations we can learn from around the world. I just happen to know about the Greek, and I am first generation Greek Australian, so that's what I focus on. have many lessons on healing and happiness to teach us. And the ancient Greeks are no exception. And all of this was suppressed, it was hidden. I had to go out and seek ancient Greek books written in ancient Greek to try and find a lot of this and then compile it and put it together in one book. And it took me years to write that book. I mean, even though it's small, I had to condense books and books and books into, you know, 10 little, very easy to understand practices and wisdoms so that people can just fully heal their bodies. And that was my aim. So we have a lot to learn from the ancient Greeks. They provided a lot of important information and wisdoms, but you may not know this. Do you know that the ancient Greeks, many of them lived to the age of 250 years old with no illness? No illness to fear. Can someone please name me one person that has attained the age of 250? So it goes to show that if we understood everything that I have in that book and everything that I share in my videos for free, of course, even if you haven't read my book, I've given you enough in videos for free to know what to do, and of course to practice the ancient Greek light therapy, which is what they practice to heal their cells. And again, link in the description if you want to know more on that. That's also in my book. So these are ancient Greek practices, and anything that I recommend is based a foundation in ancient Greece. So let's look at what they said. So let's look at the first health and happiness lesson that the ancient Greeks bestowed to the world. And of course, it's not so obvious because most of it's hidden. So do everything with agape. Agape is the ancient Greek word for unconditional love. So it's not love, it's unconditional love. So everything we do, whether it's our work, whether it's helping a friend to move or whatever it is, we've got to do it with unconditional love, not with anger, not with fear, not with I don't want to do this. It's got to be done. And here are some amazing quotes that I'm going to read from some of the ancient Greeks. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. So if you're not enjoying your work, you're not enjoying your job, time to change. Time to change. And I'm always looking for amazing business partners that want a career change and want to go into health and wellness and help other people. So if that's for you, let's talk. Love is the cause of unity of all things. So love brings us all together. Love is what binds us all together. We are all one, as the ancient Greeks used to say. Love that shines from within cannot be darkened by obstacles of the world of consequences. So, what Pythagoras was saying here is if you are vibrating high inside, filled with light, because that's what unconditional love is, it doesn't matter what is happening around you. Guess what? You're not going to be affected. It's not going to shake you. You're just going to keep focus on yourself, doing the work, focusing on vibrating on joy and agape. And guess what? Everything else will fall in place. So that's the first very important rule that the ancient Greeks used to practice every day. Number 2, embrace and learn from your challenges. We're all going to have challenges. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to put my hand up. I had some horrific challenges last year. I had my channels attacked, that I had to take most of my content down and you can't even view it. I've had to put it private. I had my business attacked last year. I had, my goodness me, I had my best friend who was also my family just die suddenly. I have had so many things. We all have had so much stuff happening to us. So we need, as the Greek said, embrace and learn from your challenges. So I've actually grown from those challenges and learned a lot. Did I get frustrated? Yes. Did I get upset? Yes. But I picked myself up again. And here are some quotes also from the ancient Greeks. So one thing that they said, sorry, before the quotes, is find peace with your challenges, Be present and open to new opportunities and ideas. Interpret a no as a new opportunity to knock on another door or to move in a new direction. The biggest obstacle in our life is ourselves. And I see this with people that start a business or start just some new project and they never finish it. They take the first step, it's all too difficult, and then they give up. I could have given up with everything I went through last year. You could have given up, but we didn't. We're still here. And that's the important thing. So, some ancient Greek quotes: live today, forget the past. So, ancient Greek proverb. And I've left to 2024 in the past, and I'm looking positively to 2025 that everything is going to work out for everybody watching this video. And, for everybody that's here on this planet, I wish it for everybody. So, another one, and this is from Demosthenes: small opportunities are often the beginning of great enterprises. Isn't that beautiful? So things can start small, but then they can turn out to be something amazing. And this is why we don't give up. And if you want to share something a challenge that you had last year, which really tested you, please feel free to put it in the comments, because as we're actually engaging in dialogue and sharing, we're actually also healing, and we're also digesting it to let it go, so it stays in the past and it doesn't hinder us going forward. Okay? Because we're going to focus on the present. The present is a gift. Okay, number 3, believe in yourself, listen to yourself, and not to take too seriously what others say. Now, this is a very important one. You've got to believe in yourself. And when we say listen to yourself, it's that still voice of God within. It's your intuition that's there to guide you. And sometimes we're listening to other people telling us what to do, where to go. And sometimes what they're telling us is not for our higher good. So when someone tells me something, I respect what they have to say, but then I take it to God and I say, God, is this something I should be doing? Give me some sort of a sign. And most of the time he's saying, no, 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 don't do it. And again, no one knows you better than you. You're going to encounter many people that will want to share ideas, better ways of doing things, views, visions. There's so many providing free advice at the moment. Let me tell you, on YouTube, on BitChute, of how you should run your life, what's going to happen. And can I tell you, some people send me those links and the majority of it is BS, as us Australians would say. And I'm like, I cannot believe all these thousands of people who are actually watching this video. So you got to be very careful, because some people are telling us to do things and they're actually false prophets. So listen without judgment is what the ancient Greeks would say, but follow your heart's direction. So let's have some quotes from the ancient Greeks. No one know how to listen, and you will profit even from those who talk badly. So that's Plutarch. Learn to be silent. Let your quiet mind listen and absorb. Pythagoras. Only when your mind is silent and listens, and your heart is full of love, only then God talks with you. Pythagoras. So the ancient Greeks knew that if you're not vibrating high, and what do we mean by that? Vibrating on the frequency of unconditional love, guess what? God's here and you're upset trying to get solutions, listening to everybody, you're confused. And guess what? You're not meeting everybody. You're not meeting God at the same destination. So you need to be on agape, which is God's frequency, to actually meet him and have a one-on-one meeting with him, dialogue, and actually him then to deliver, him or she created to deliver the messages that are right for you. And hands up, who has listened to other people and ended up falling flat on their face, didn't take it to God, and then wondered why everything went so wrong. I mean, I'm putting my hand up. I've done that so many times. And you'd think after the third, fourth, fifth time, I would have learnt my lesson. But it had to be so many times. And now I have learnt my lesson, and I do not make any decisions, um, final decisions, unless I take them to Creator, and have a dialogue. So, I'm encouraging you, please, to do that as well. Number 4, dream about what you want, not what you do not want. So it's important to dream big, and never stop dreaming. It's also very important, for example, when I was very sick, I was dreaming of me being able to walk again, not need a walking stick. I was dreaming that I'm able to breathe again, because I had to have devices to be able to breathe, because they took 3/4 of my left lung out. And so what I was doing, Maria was practicing, as Aristotle wrote in his books, the ancient Greek practice of affirmation. So I would say, I am breathing easily. I am healthy. I am healed. So, and then I was creating those images in my mind to solidify them. I wasn't focusing, oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh, I'm never going to heal. I'm always going to be walking with this walking stick. Now, if I spoke to myself in that way and didn't have a dream that I was going to be healed, I was going to be able to breathe, I wouldn't be here today doing these videos and helping so many people. I probably would have been dead because I could not breathe. So, I'm just putting it out there, that this is the remarkable power of having dreams and actually focusing on those dreams and not focusing on your present situation. And that's how you also manifest money, health, and everything else. So here's a quote from Epicurus: do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for. That is brilliant. Brilliant. So he's also saying, be thankful and grateful for what you have, and express that gratitude. Gratitude brings more miracles into your life. Number 5, never give up and never lose faith. Never give up. Because what I've noticed is a lot of people are close to the finish line for God's miracles to come into their life, and that's when they give up. And then they say, oh, God didn't do anything. I dreamed of this. It didn't happen. Well, it didn't happen because you lost faith and you gave up. And when you give up and lose faith, it means that you don't trust God, that He's going to deliver whatever it is. And guess what happens? He doesn't deliver it because you have no faith. Yeah, that's right. So thank you to the ancient Greeks. I take no credit, and thank you to God. So don't give up. So replace fear with faith is what they used to say. So I'm reading some of the ancient Greek notes. Humility, love, and faith attract miracles. All will happen at the right time and the right season. So God's timing is not the same as our timing. And let me tell you, sometimes I've almost given up because it's been years and I still haven't seen the dream manifest. And just before I was going to give up and I didn't give up, that dream comes to fruition. So, there's just, I just want to pass that on, that it's okay to want to give up, but please don't. So here's Epictetus, another beautiful quote from him. No greater thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer you that there must be a time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. So it's a bit like planting a seed. You're not going to get, that's what it's trying to say, you're not going to get the apple after day one. It's also, when I work with clients on their healing, they expect the results to happen in a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. If someone, is in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, okay, they've done that much damage all those years, you cannot expect to get sudden results. Following everything that I tell you overnight. Have I had some clients where they've had, amazing success in a week. Yes, but there are many where we've had to, work and do a certain protocol for 6 months, a year, and then they see the big results. Again, it's the extent of detoxing and damage that has been done to your cells as far as how long it's going to take. So this is what this is telling us. We mustn't give up, and we must continue to have faith. Number 6, always strive to think and feel positive. So, very important that we strive to think and feel positive. This is very important because this determines the vibration of your body, whether you're in fear, whether you're in anger, envy, all those deadly sins which are low vibration, or whether you're up high so you can be close to meet God. And that's where the manifestation happens. It happens in the joy, in the happiness, in the unconditional love. And then you're thinking positive thoughts. As the ancient Greeks said, Oracle of Delphi, think good thoughts. So there was a reminder there at the Oracle of Delphi that anybody who entered, they must think positive thoughts. So again, when you get negative thoughts entering your mind, do I get them? Every day. Let me tell you, I am not perfect. I get negative thoughts every day. And what do? Bye bye. I wave to them. Thank you. I love you, but bye bye. I don't need you. And then I very quickly replace them with something positive, like a dream, or I go and walk out in nature, or I put on some music. So we need to, do something to distract us away from those. So we focus on the present and on things in the present moment. And the best thing to focus on is, what are you grateful for? Is it your health? Is it your finances? Is it your beautiful apartment? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it the cup of tea that you're having, as I'm having here? So they can be small, they can be big. Gratitude just really lifts your vibrational frequency. So this is what Hippocrates had to say: medicine is woven into the stuff of the mind. So if you want to heal, whatever it is you want to heal in the body, whether it's mind, body, spirit, it starts here. It starts with positive affirmations. It starts with positive thoughts, and basically positive intentions. Here's another quote, Aristotle: happiness is an expression of the soul in considered actions. So what does that mean? Go out there, maybe pay it forward. A cup of coffee for someone. Just say you're waiting in line for a cup of tea or coffee. Pay it forward. Pay for someone that's behind you. If you see a homeless person, buy them a meal. If you see someone in need, help them. If someone has helped you in some way, I don't know, send them a kind donation or send them something. Purchase one of their products to say thank you. There needs to be this energy exchange. And when you take the attention off you and you put it on somebody else, guess what? You're increasing your vibrational frequency. So it doesn't matter what it is. What they're saying is focus on someone else, not yourself, and do a kind piece of action for someone else. And as Aristotle said, last quote, happiness depends upon ourselves. So happiness is an inside job. No amount of money, no amount of purchasing luxury goods, no amount of friends are going to make you happy. If you're not happy within, that's all temporary happiness. And can I tell you, some of the most unhappy, miserable people that I met in New York City, which is excessive wealth, were the ones that had a lot of money. Some of the happiest people I have met in the world were back on the Greek island where I was raised, Sarah, which don't have a lot of money, live very simply, and they were also happy every single day. So money, luxuries, surrounding yourself with lots of things is not going to give you that deep-seated happiness that you're seeking. Number 7, search within for answers and direction. What did the ancient Greeks call that? Know thyself. And what's the know thyself? That's God within And even Jesus Christ said, the church is within you. You do not have to go somewhere else. And he said, the kingdom of God is within you. So that's what the ancient Greeks meant by know thyself. It's the same thing. So it's important, in tough times, whether we're confused in making a decision, we don't know what the next step is, really to go within. So first of all, we pray and we verbalize what it is that we need help with, and then we meditate. And meditation doesn't have to have music or whatever else. You can walk in nature, and that's meditation. So you don't have to sort of sit there in the bed and do it that way. Meditation takes different forms, and then what you do is basically you meditate or go inwards and ask to receive the answers. And then you listen, you still, and that's how the answers come. And that's how the ancient Greeks did. And this is a good way to discern, because there's a lot of rubbish out there. There's a lot of untruths. There's a lot of people misleading people on shows, on television, on the news. So how are you going to know what the truth is? You're going to go within, and you're going to listen to what God tells you. And if you're not feeling good about someone when you're listening to them, or you have doubts about what they're saying, well, that's normally your gut instinct tell you that something is amiss. Something is amiss, and perhaps you shouldn't be watching them. Okay, or listening to them, or whatever it is. It could be a podcast. I don't know. All right. So Plutarch had this to say: what we achieve inwardly will change our outer reality. So again, it ties into the previous one. So whatever you achieve inwardly, the guidance, whatever belief, whatever it is, will reflect outwardly. So if you're lacking something, whether it be money or health, it's because you're not going within, listening to God and taking the necessary action. Does require action to manifest whatever it is you want to manifest. So this is one of my favorite quotes. This is Sextus the Pythagorean. So this was one of Pythagoras's students. And this, oh my God, this is in my book as well because I loved it so much. So it's a bit of a long quote, but listen to it's amazing. It made me cry when I first read it, actually. You have in yourself something similar to God, and therefore use yourself as the temple of God on account of that which in you resembles God. Honor God above all things, that he may rule over you. Before you do anything, think of God, that his light may precede your energies. The reason which is in you is the light of your life. Ask those things of God which you cannot receive from man. I mean, how wise is that? These people were filled with light. They were also doing light therapy to top up the light and make sure that they were vibrating high. And when you have a lot of light in your vessel, what happens is you connect better to God. Your pineal gland is activated, and it lifts you up in the vibrational frequency of agape. How does Maria add light and have another customer in here? Check out the description of the video or DM me if you're on Facebook. So number 8, find courage from within during challenging times. Tough times never last, but tough people do, let me tell you. And we're all tough cookies. For us to be living at this particular moment in time with all this craziness going around, we're tough. We are definitely tough and grounded. So Epicurus, this is what he had to say. You don't develop courage by being happy in your relationships every day. You develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. And this, I feel, it's almost like he wrote it for this time. I mean, aren't we going through challenges and adversity on every single level? Health, finances, this, that. So courage, it's very important that we have courage at this time. And here's another one from Aristotle, which I'm going to read. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. And this is why they were so successful in ancient Greece. Uh, Astronomy, medicine, which they twisted and destroyed, um, you know, aromatherapy. Oh my goodness me, naturopathy. I mean, I could be here all day. Astronomy, sciences, and the mathematics and the different things that they invented. Um, Astrology. Oh my God, I could be here all day. Why? Because they were practicing all of this. They were filled with light. They were using additional light therapy to top themselves with light and therefore connecting better with God. Number 9, follow your flow. So it's all about the flow. Fate has all to do with it. So here's a quote from Plutarch. Fate leads him who listens. Sorry, I beg your pardon, I need to say that again. I said the wrong thing. Fate leads him who follows it and drags him who resists. Now, this is an interesting one because I am noticing this with a lot of people. When you're in the flow and you're connected to God and you're listening to Him, everything just flows. It just happens. Things turn up, people turn up, money manifests, this happens. But when you're in resistance mode, oh, it's not happening. When's it going to happen? For whatever. That's just one example. What happens? You feel like being dragged to get to the destination. So they're all about the flow. Be relaxed, be in agape, be in the light mode, and everything will come and everything will happen at the perfect time. And the last one, number 10, look at your mistakes positively as experiences that will move you in the direction of your dreams. Forgive yourself and others. You will make many mistakes along the way. And can I tell you, I have made thousands and thousands and thousands of mistakes. I've trusted so many people I shouldn't have and lost so much money. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. And I had a lot of forgiveness work to do of myself, most importantly of all, for making those mistakes, because, they could have been avoided had I been more grounded back then and connected with God. But also, I had to forgive other people for what they did to me so that I can find peace of mind. So we have to look at our mistakes positively. They're really just putting us in the direction of our dream. And maybe that was a blessing in disguise that we did not see then. So let's have a look at what Plutarch said. To make no mistakes is not in the power of man, but from their errors and mistakes, the wise and good learn wisdom for the future. So what they said is you learn from your mistakes. So you've got accumulated wisdom. So therefore, you do not make those mistakes again. So this is what the ancient Greeks shared. And again, I have a lot more wisdom, including about food, eating, whatever else in this book, Cooking and Eating Wisdom for Better Health. If you're interested in the ancient Greeks and what they had to say about health, wellness, and longevity. So anybody watching this after or watching this now, share in your comments. What did you think of this? Did anything resonate with you? Which one resonated with you? Which one, perhaps gave you a bit of an aha moment, and you're like, you know what? Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to pay attention. I haven't really been, doing that. Maybe I need to do more forgiveness work. And the Ho'oponopono that we practice here in Hawaii is a very good one, which is basically 4 lines. You say the name of the person, could be you, Maria. I'm sorry. I love you. I forgive you. I thank you. Really simple, very effective. I encourage everybody, maybe tonight, to do that and to do it for yourself. Okay? Forgive yourself for making mistakes. Forgive yourself for not knowing any better. You know what? All the wisdom that we needed to not make mistakes and to live our life healthy and long was hidden. And that's why God said to me, now you need to bring it out. And thank you for being so honest, Deborah. Yeah, Can I tell you, every day I'm still doing forgiveness work for myself, because you think I don't fall. Of course I fall. Of course I make mistakes, and that's okay. I take the wisdom of the ancient Greeks and I'm okay. So if anybody has any questions related to what I just discussed, please feel free to pop them in the comments. If you're watching after this live show, please continue to pop them in the comments, and I will go in there and search them out and answer them. Fantastic. That's great. It's good to see that you've done them. And I mean, that's really a sign to me of a spiritually evolved soul, as the ancient Greeks would say, high vibration, spiritually involved. So congratulations to you. And my wish is that, you do consider taking these ancient wisdoms and practices for health and happiness on board, and you practice them. And I'm telling you, yeah, thank you, Deborah. Thanks to you too, and everybody else watching. Thank you. And do take them seriously. So I wanted to say thank you for watching. If you think this video can benefit someone, please share it. Please share it. Sharing is caring. We are all one big family, as the ancient Greeks said. So let's go out there and help other people with this ancient, amazing wisdom. Smash the like button, and continue to comment. And I had a really good question. Maria, do you miss NYC? Good to see you as well. Yes, I have been off because I've been shut down on YouTube and quite a few other places. So it's been Facebook now seems to be my platform, and Rumble. Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. I don't miss the craziness that was going there. I was living in Manhattan with all the illegal immigrants. It got a little bit dangerous. But, I can see myself, living 6 months in New York City and 6 months here in Hawaii. I love both places. And yes, I do miss New York City, and I try to get out there at least once a year. I was there last May, and I was happy to be there last May because it was the last time I saw my very best friend and family, Mama Joe. And then after I left, God could not have timed it. She left. She left to be with the angels. So yeah, just as well I was there. So that's great. So again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I love you. God bless you. Please, please, please share this wisdom with as many people from ancient Greece to help people, because everybody's going through depression, everybody's going through anxiety, and difficult moments, and just one word can really help them just shift and go into a positive direction, and help them to make it a little bit better for them, and make their lives better. So next week, what I will be focusing on is holistic proven ways and hacks to manage your blood pressure. So I have had some people that have reached out to me by private message on Facebook, that this is an issue that they're going through. So next week I will focus on that and give everybody some tips. So if you know anybody that's got blood pressure issues, invite them to the live so that they can hear some holistic ways to be able to master that. So thank you again. Like, subscribe, share. I love you all. Thank you for joining me. And remember, as I always say, self-care is the new healthcare. You deserve the best health and life. Thank you for watching. God bless you. And I will see you next week, and continue. Thank you, Deborah. Love you. God bless you. So continue to comment and ask questions on this Facebook video, in LinkedIn, on Rumble, and on YouTube, and I will continue to respond. So thank you. God